Hi, Todd Winty here with Path to Progress for May, 14th, 2025. Marching through the year feels like, it's funny. They say the days feel like they never end, but the weeks fly by. That certainly sometimes is the way it feels. I'm in my mobile office, getting ready to head into the physical office, brick and mortar office. Thinking a little bit more about what I talked about yesterday. You remember yesterday, in yesterday's Path to Progress, I talked about the idea that when we feel overwhelmed, a conversation I was having with my daughter, when I feel overwhelmed, I try to remind myself there are three things that I can focus on. I can focus on outcomes, I can focus on challenges, or I can focus on barriers. And when I say I can focus, I mean the reality is, it's the way that I choose to focus on those that are going to have the ability, the power to help me mobilize resources and move beyond them. When I'm being bombarded by possible outcomes, especially by possible negative outcomes, when I'm being bombarded by all of the challenges that exist, when I'm being bombarded by all of the barriers that I perceive, then my confidence goes down, my optimism goes down, and ultimately, without confidence and optimism, without hope that things will get better, that things will work out okay, then we don't take action. Let me rephrase. Without hope that things will work out okay, I don't take action. Maybe some people can in hopeless situations when they feel hopeless, but I can't. And so I work very hard to try and keep that idea of optimism, of hope, really open and alive. I talked yesterday about doing that a little bit if I choose to think about outcomes. Today I want to talk about how I do that when I'm looking at challenges. All too often, when I am facing things that need to be dealt with, all I can see are the challenges. I am in the middle of some rather big ones, a couple that are personal and family, and a couple that are business related. And it gets hard because all I can see are the ways that things will not go well. Different than the outcomes. The outcomes are what things would look like when they don't go well. In the case of challenges, it's the things that are occurring and that are difficult, and in some ways they're similar to barriers but not exact. Challenges are those things that we have to deal with. Those things that those parts of the process that have to be acted on in order to move forward. And unless I'm very careful, just acknowledging all of the challenges, some of which become barriers, we'll talk about those tomorrow, can be paralyzing. So what do? I pick one. I pick one challenge. One challenge that, if successfully met and handled, would move me toward a desired outcome. I pick one challenge, only one, and it is hard when there are so many, but I pick one. Picking one, focusing my attention on one, and on one action that can solve that challenge or that can respond to that challenge, generally gives me enough energy to move forward, to make progress. The progress oftentimes in those kinds of situations, I'm thinking of one right now. There's a piece that I'm working on. I have identified a challenge. I'm handling that one challenge. That's all. And it is hard. And every day that I work around that, I make a little bit of progress. I make a little bit of improvement. I believe strongly that a little bit of improvement every day, remember, small wins, will eventually get me where I need to be. But you can't take action. I can't take action unless I identify the challenge that needs to be addressed. So that's why identifying a challenge. If it's too much to look at an outcome and say, let's hope for that outcome, then I identify a challenge and I start working toward it. I hope this has been useful. It's a good reminder for me today. This 3-part progress, it's a big deal for me, and it seems to work. So I'm glad I had a chance to share it. Yeah, invite people along if you can. If this is working, if this is good for you, invite people for whom it might be good as well, and let's see if we can make a difference in more people's lives. In the meantime, my name is Todd Wente. This has been Path to Progress. Nulum Diem. I hope to see you next time.